Hi, everybody. I am Holly Celiano, and today is Friday, May 16th. There is so much information out there since last week. Holy moly. It's hard to keep up with. I say that every week, but boy, it's like rapid fire. I want to start with this because this happened over the weekend before Trump left. Oh, I have to screen share. Hold on. um, okay, share. And let's go here. Here we go. Okay, let's play this.
I don't know if you noticed, but in one weekend, this past weekend, Trump has reshaped the world. While the media was silent, Trump was making history. For starters, he brokered a ceasefire between India and Pakistan, brokered an in person meeting between Ukraine and Russia. Then he announced the long awaited trade agreement between the US and China. He signed an executive order to slash prices on prescription drugs by up to 80%. Trump's envoy confirmed that Hamas agreed to release the last known American hostage in Gaza. He signed an executive order for a self deportation program to allow illegal immigrants free flights and financial incentives to get out of our country. And finally, he signed another executive order establishing the National Center for Warrior Independence, aiming to house up to 6,000 homeless veterans by 2028. I don't know about you, but this is what I voted for. We voted for the man that is right for this job. During a weekend, 3 days is what it took for Trump to accomplish 7 major things that'll reshape this world. During Biden,
I will stop there and I want to bring up this. So I spoke last week about Operation Sandman, and Operation Sandman, Trump nicknames the Saudi prince Mohammed bin Salman, its leader, Sandman, been in the plan for years. I don't know if you remember the Vegas massacre back in 2017. Both were meeting at Trump Tower discussing this plan, along with the coup against his key family members of the cabal. The coup succeeded. Some say the cabal wanted to eliminate them both at the same time. Trump turned the tables like Jesus and the banksters. Trump saved the prince in an escape through a kitchen, and the prince has always been indebted to Trump and knows that Trump is a direct bloodline with the druid. So we've heard about this for 3 years, and let's read this. Operation Sandman goes live. 100+ nations move to crush the US dollar. Trump prepares counterstrike. This is not a drill. This is global economic warfare. And for the first time, it's not the US launching the missiles, it's the reset of the world firing back. Operation Sandman has been activated. Over 100 nations just began dumping US treasuries in a synchronized assault designed to collapse the dollar and break the deep state's financial stranglehold. The globalist system is being hit from all sides, and the only one man stands ready to fight back: Donald J. Trump. Actually, China started dumping in 2017. And in the past 8 years, they have reduced US treasuries from about 1.2 trillion down to 650 billion and falling. China started backing the yuan with gold about that time. What is Operation Sandman? It is the coordinated, silent agreement between dozens of nations to walk away from the petrodollar. Together, no press, no speeches, just action. When the exits are stampeded at the same time, the collapse becomes unstoppable. European central banks just held closed-door meetings questioning the Fed's ability to provide emergency liquidity. Translation: they no longer trust the US in a crisis. That means they're done playing by Wall Street rules. Every dollar sold equals one less pillar holding up the lie. De-dollarization equals deep state destruction. China and Russia have already ditched the dollar in major energy trades. BRIC nations are building their own systems. OPEC is flirting with oil for yuan, but now Europe joins the rebellion. This is no longer theory, it's execution. The Fed is cornered, printing like mad, losing global trust, choking on its own lies. Central banks across Europe are now asking the question no one dared whisper before. Can we trust the dollar anymore? The petrodollar empire is dying, and it's dying fast. And in this moment of maximum weakness, Trump returns. Trump equals the hammer. Under Trump, the dollar was strong, America was feared, and the Fed stayed in its cage. But Biden's handlers let it all rot. Now the financial house of cards wobbles. Trump is the only one with the will to burn it down and build anew. He won't negotiate with the globalists, he will expose them. And when the final dollar fails, he'll be standing over the ruins with a blueprint to rebuild it all for we the people. So we have been watching this. This has been a slow, methodical move to this Operation Sandman of the treasuries and people dumping them. And we talked about last week that its Tether is buying them. So it's kind of like taking that debt because nobody wants them. What do you do with the debt, all the treasuries? So Tether is being used for that. But there's so many US treasuries out there, all these countries have. You can't do it overnight. This has been in the works for a very long time. So every week I try to put all the pieces together of how this brand new financial system is coming together, what's being done behind the scenes. I mean, this is not talked about. This is just being done silently. Most people, if you're not involved in what we're involved in, they have no clue any of this is going on. They're oblivious to it. But it's being done so strategically to eventually you're going to have one pillar left and it's just going to be yanked and that's it. That the whole new financial system will be standing upright. So this is also another very interesting thing. Something brewing in Baghdad, currency recalibration or global theater. Trump's Middle East tour isn't about handshake optics and a 66 billion aviation deal with Qatar. It's a recalibration moment. Saudi Arabia, Qatar, and the UAE rolled out the royal treatment. I don't know about you guys, but when I saw the purple carpet being rolled out and the Saudi prince meeting Trump on the tarmac, which he broke protocol, it got me so choked up. It was such a historic moment to watch this. I mean, it was magnificent, the whole thing. The true geopolitical linchpin might be Iraq. On May 17th, that date, 17th, the 34th Arab League Summit convenes in Baghdad. MBS, El Sisi, King Abdul, and everyone showing up. The narrative, Gaza, Syria, and security. But scratch beneath the official script and a parallel track unfolds. Spectators are eyeing the summit not just as diplomacy, but as the stage for the Iraqi dinar revaluation signal. The last IQD rate change, February 2023. The current rate, 1,310 IQD per USD. Market whispers a potential realignment fueled by Iraq's 12 billion in restarted investment projects. Digital payment reform, 7.6 trillion IQD processed, and calls for de-dollarization. Trump's optics, YMCA, Blair's and Riyadh. Coincidence or subtle sign of a new financial choreography? Well, they also played YMCA at the Vatican just recently. And Trump is a big troller, so he's giving hints. Is a rate shift imminent? No official confirmation. but it isn't noise, it's groundwork, a future signal cloaked in geopolitical and economic symbolism. Baghdad isn't just hosting peace, it may be mapping out a post petrodollar reality. Watch the summit, watch the language, and most of all, watch the IQD. And this I thought was interesting. And now I have to go look this up, but did you see where Iraq signed up for WISE? Very interesting. So here is something also very interesting. Exclusives, the Saudi crown prince to attend the Arab summit in Baghdad. He will attend the upcoming Arab League summit in Iraq's capital, Baghdad, on Saturday. A well informed source confirmed the new region. MBS's staff has already arrived in Baghdad to arrange his visit, stressing that the Saudi crown prince will partake in the event, barring any last minute changes. So there's all the Arab leaders gathering there in Iraq on Saturday. Now, this I found also very interesting. Let me pull this up. Is this it? No, not that one. Let me get rid of this and let me go back to here. And let's do this one. Okay, this is what I wanted to play. This I thought was very interesting. Listen carefully to what he's saying.
We'll be meeting tomorrow, as you know. Almost destination unknown. Because we're getting close. Could you be here? Could you be there? But probably go back to Washington, D.C. tomorrow. Some of you are going to be traveling with us.
Destination unknown. Could be here, could be there, could go back to Washington. He's being very coy with where they're going. He's not tipping his hat where he's headed. So, very interesting. If I were a betting woman, I would say he's going to Iraq also. He would not be over in the Middle East doing all these big deals and not go to the summit, especially with his buddy, the Crown Prince, going to be there. So let's go back to, and this is another interesting piece. Ripple President Monica Long meets with UAE officials at Dubai FinTech Summit. That was May 14th. So that's pretty huge news. Ripple held talks with UAE officials to explore digital payment infrastructure and boost financial innovation. Why is Ripple in the UAE? Well, Ripple is on the map. XRP is on the map. Everybody's talking about this. This is all part of the new financial system. All these deals are being brokered. Everybody's making all of the last minute changes of this new financial system, bringing it all together. Let's see, was there anything else I wanted to say? Stop share. I don't think so. All we have to do is wait for Saturday, see what's going to be said at that summit. I'm sure there's going to be a lot of key things, and then we'll see what happens next week. But all of this is all part of the bigger picture. It's all part of the revaluation. The last piece are the currencies revaluing. They have to have everything else in place for this revaluation of the currencies. You have to have all the new financial system, the blockchain, XRP, Ripple, the Operation Sandman, the treasuries, QFS, all of it's got to be in play, ready for the switch to be made. And we're seeing that. Also, another big thing that Trump did is he lifted the sanctions on Syria. That's huge. And I hear the Iranian, not the Iranian, the Syrian currency is in the basket. The last thing is the Iranian deal needs to be done. I also hear the Iranian rial is in the basket, but that deal needs to be completely brokered and done. And I'm sure that's being done behind the scenes. So there is so much happening. We can see every single week this is happening in real time. It's just a matter of time before the currencies revalue. So have a great weekend, everybody. I'll see you next Friday and watch the summit on Saturday. Take care. Bye.